What is Barlinnie, just to explain?
Barlinnie is a hellhole of a prison. It's a maximum security prison in Glasgow, and it's a local prison. It deals with remand prisoners and prisoners doing up to 2 or 3 years. It's been there for over 100 years, and it's just it became my second home. My house, I only stayed 5 minutes away. I stayed in Proven Mill, and that was the only thing. When my school was next to it, and I went to this big round school called Smithycroft, and I used to look up there, and in later years I says I must have been destined to get in there. So the prison officers were bastards at the time. They were bad. Do you mind me swearing?
No, go for it.
No, they were bastards at the time in the 80s, right? And
in terms of like beating the prisoners up.
Beating prisoners up and all that. So this was 91, and I'd already been up. Gary had been in at the time, a couple of months before it. And I went into the prison to give him a visit, and I shouted one of the prison officers. I says, "Here you fucking wank." I says, "Battered me and blah 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 for years before." And he's like that. So they never let me in to see Gary. And I was going out, and I says to him, I says, "I think he's a hard man." I says, "Come on outside." I says, "I'll take one of these," and they were like that. Get to fuck and all that, right? So I'm in. So they says to us, "Ian, you're going to Glasgow Sheriff Court to be charged with this gun. You're not going to England." So I went, "Fuck right." So I went to Glasgow Sheriff Court, got to Barlinnie. The process in Barlinnie is you go to Seahall, the remand hall. So I'd get up there, Shaun, in late afternoon, and I just managed to get into my cell in Barlinnie, Seahall, the remand hall. And I was in my cell, I was an escape risk. So for 5 to 6, Shaun, I was walking up and down the cell, and I was saying to myself, "Fucking hell, I can't believe this." It says, "I'm going to lose a pub, I'm going to lose Sheila, I'm going to lose a wedding, and £1 million. What sentence am I going to get down in England? I've been done with a gun." My whole life just fell apart. So at that time, there was no toilets or no radios or nothing like that. There was piss pots. And for the viewers, a piss pot is it's a pot and you piss in, and you go to this communal toilet and you pour it, and it stinks. And
so if you're locked down because you're an escape risk, you're stuck with your piss pot in your cell, and your piss and your shit is right there, right next to you.
You need to do this. This is back in June 91, you know what I mean? And and I says to myself, well, at 6 o'clock, I says, I'll go to the toilet, and I was allowed to see other prisoners, and I'll see who's in and whatever. So my door opened at 6 o'clock, and I felt that I just felt the hall was eerily silent. And instead of me walking out with the piss pot, two of these young officers went like that. Two of the prison officers went, "Cell search." And I went, "Cell search?" I says, "I've not even been in long enough to think we hide anything." So they went, "Look, and you've got to strip your prison issue clothing down." So I didn't feel right, Shaun, right? I just get this another eerie thing with that this didn't feel wrong. And started taking off my shirt, and I saw the two young officers looking at each other, and I got my sleeve down, and one of them were like trying to punch me. So I steamed into them, and another 6 of them came running in. They were standing outside against the wall. So it was all orchestrated, and they knew what they were doing. So they got me down on my knees, pulled my hair back, and they all says, "You know what this is for, MacDonald, don't you?" And I went, "No, what's it for?" They says, "It's payback time." Because going back a wee bit as well, Shaun, there was a riot in Barlinnie. It was one of the biggest riots in British history. They took 5 officers up on the roof, and my pal Sammy Ralston and Ernie Barry, God bless him, I was just at his funeral last week. Ernie he was doing 18 years at the time for a bank he never done, rough justice. So they were up on the roof and all that, and I'd went down the second day, and I was in this pub. I think it was January 1986, I think it was, and I was in the pub, and I went back to my mother's 30 odd year ago, and I got this boot polish, and the name of the governor then was Slasher Gallagher. He was feared with the prisoners and the prison officers, and so I went like, "Slasher Gallagher is an animal, I should know he'd done it." And I pulled this sheet up, and ITN News and all that, and from England were there, and it was all coveraged, and they were up on the roof and they were singing these songs. There was this band in Glasgow called Scheme, and they would have made it big, but they were singing politics, CND and all that. But the boys up on the roof were singing Innocent. They had a song, Innocent as Hell, and all that. And they had all the uniforms that they took off the officers and were banging them. And they were up in the chimneys. It was on the TV all over Britain. So anyway, getting back to me, ready to go out the door. So they've got me down. It was orchestrated. They went, you know what this is for? Payback time. They booted fuck out of me, Shaun. But I don't mind they're doing, but see in the 80s they brought these restraint techniques came out where they bend your arms, they bend your wrists, and it is sore. Any prison will tell you. And the prison officers these days, still to these days, they do it and they get you to scream in, they go once it's happened.
Like they're going to snap your arm?
Yeah, and they go like that. And I think they do it like in mental hospitals and all that as well. It's a restraint technique. And there's only supposed to be one officer that does it. It's two. So they've done that to me, try to get me to scream. So I heard out of this hall, there was about 200 prisoners in it. One door banged. And they went, leave the guy alone. So they took me down to this strip cell. They chickened me up. And what that means is I had my legs bent right over, stripped me naked, they left me in this padded cell, and it was just this padded thing, and I just sat there. But the guy that banged the door, his name's Carrie Carbon, he comes from Poso. Thank you, Carrie, for doing this, because this guy got a doing as well. Carrie banged his door and says, so they went up, I didn't find out till the next morning, they went up to his cell, and he was sitting having a fag in it. They went, oh, you the hard man that's banged the door? They went, no, they went, get him. So they battered his cunt in. So the next morning, I sat there all night and I went, I'm going to slash one of these bastards. I says, I've nothing to lose. I've got the bank robbery to get for. I've lost everything else. I'm going to fucking slash one of them. Because I'd done a few slashings in Barlinnie before, Shaun, to tell you the truth, when I was in there and out for years. Just to make up a toothbrush. I'd put a wee razor on it, sold it together with matches and that. And I've slashed people. And at that time in the 80s, you could slash somebody for a half ounce of tobacco.
Yeah.
It was that thing we knew. People would pay thousands.
Where would you target them?
I would target them in in the communal bit of the toilet, and I would just get into the cell and do it in there. There was no cameras.
Whereabouts would you get them?
I would get them on the face. I wouldn't go for the neck because I'd be killing them.
Yeah.
It'd be the face. I've got a Mars band myself, as you can see.
Yeah.
And I've always said, you dish it out, you get it back. But I'll explain that later.
Okay.
But at this time, the door got opened the next morning with this other shift that came on at Barlinnie. And they says to me, so there was this screw, I knew him, he came from Proven Mill. His name was Andy. And he went like that, he says, hey, now, I says, how am I doing? I says, I'm not doing too good, am I? He went, come on, I'll take you along for a shower. I says, no, I'm not wearing that, because I sat all night naked, bruises all over the place. I said, I'm going to do them in. He says, no, I've got your clothes. So he's got my clothes, took me along for a shower, and I'm in the shower and I'm using this soap, White Windsor soap, and I says, I better get used to this, I'm going to be in for a few years. And this Andy went to me. He's still a prison officer in Barlinnie just now. Andy Moore, his name is. He went, Ian, I've got some bad news for you. And I'm busy showering, and I went, I don't think you could give me any bad news, any more bad news. He went, we'll see when you get banged up for 12 to 1, because this was a new shift that started in the morning. He says, the officers are going to get boot fuck out of you again. And I says, wait a fucking minute. I says, do you think I'm in here for recreational purposes? Do you think I'm a cricket ball? It's just to be battered about here. And he went, I'm just letting you know, but I'm taking no part of it. He says, when you see the governor, tell the governor you want to go to the Wendy House. Well, Shaun, to explain to the viewers, the Wendy House in Barlinnie is a segregation unit, and it's built like a Wendy House. When I was in there in the early 80s, when I used to get put into segregation, you just get put into another hall and get put at the bottom of the bottom of the landing. But they built this Wendy House place. And I says, why should I say I want to get into the Wendy House? He went, well, Ian, he says, because I've told you, he says, the prison officer's going to fing me. I says, wait a minute. I says, what do you mean when I see the governor? I says, I'm not at Butlin's holiday camp. Hi, how you doing? Enjoy your holiday. I says, why have I see the governor this morning? He says, oh, did I not tell you? The shift for last night says you attacked him. I went, oh, no bother, Andy, you know what I mean? So that's what happened, Shaun. I get took to this Wendy house and governor, and I told them, look, I've been battered and all that. They done that to me and all that. So the governor went, I'm going to keep you in here, investigation. So that morning, Sheila came up to visit Gary. So they went, fucking hell, look at the state of you. And at the time, Shaun, it was glass windows. At the time in a visit room, you couldn't, there was no physical contact.
You got to pick up a phone, or is it like a hole?
No, it's no like the Americans. They pick up the phone.
Yeah,
there was just wee holes in it.
Holes, yeah.
So Gary and another friend and Sheila were there. I went, fuck, what happened to you? I says, I've been strangled in the Chinese restaurant. I says, I've just arrived in Barlinnie. I says, I was in my cell 1 hour. I says, they battered my cunt in. I says, I'm not standing for this. I says, I'm going to slash one of him. And Gary went, I dare. Because he knows what it's like. And Sheila went, no, stop encouraging him. I says, no, I'm going to slash one of them. I says, what else can they give me? I'm going to face fucking about 20 years or something. So Sheila went like that to me. She'd never been to a prison before. And she says to me, she says, look, I've got a wee baby. Your Darrow had just turned 2. And she says, I'll wait for you for 10 years. So anyway, so I made her this promise, and I says, okay, then I'll do this. I says, I'll no succumb to any tactics what they're going to try with me. So, but they did. So I went back to my cell, and I says to myself, I walked about for a couple of minutes, and I went, did Sheila just say I was going to been for 10 years there? And this is when it was just dawning about all these charges, the gun to get for, and the bank and all that. And I went, fucking hell. So I kept the promise, but they noised me up twice in the Wendy house. These young officers, I called them the Chewing Gum Gang in the book that I've got out. And I don't know why I called them the Chewing Gum Gang, but the jail tear and all that, and the chewing gum and all that. But I wear jail tear, chewing gum, they're swagging about. And they were trying to noise me up. So one occasion, they came to the door, Shaun, on a Friday, and it still happens this day and age now. Saturday and Sunday, you get banged up at the weekend at 5 o'clock, and that's you through it the next morning in Barlinnie. So I was an escape risk, so I was to take my clothes off and put it in a chair, but I usually put it about 4:30, 4:45. But they came to me about 3:30, this chewing gum gang, and they went, put your pyjamas on. I says, I'm not putting my pyjamas on. I says, it's only the back of 3 or whatever. They went, no, just get them on. I says, no. I says, see how that was there? And one of them went, aye. And I says, what? I says, well, thing me. And one of them went, aye, there's social clubs there, you'll no be there the night, right? You get that bit. And I went, oh, very funny. So I went, there's Parkhead over there. Celtic Football Park is only a distance of 5-6 minutes for Barlinnie. And he says, and what? I says, there's wee boys at 5 and 6. I says, they're away to watch the football and you're telling me to put my pyjamas off. I says, fuck off. And they just went, he, and off they went. So the second incident, about a week later, so I never rose to it because I've got this promise for Sheila. And the second incident, I was taking my clothes in, Shaun, and I noticed they were wet. So the third morning I says, nah. I says, I'm not taking this. So the chewing gum can came, all these young officers, right, again. So, and they were wondering how I hadn't said anything, but I left it 3 days, and I says to myself, well, there's no I says the shower's 60 metres along there. I says, and there's no a roof. There's no a leak above my door. So, and I says that to him. I says, look, my clothes have been wet. No, I says the shower and the thing, there's no a leak. And they says it might be the cats. See, at that time there was cats in Barlinnie, and there was a steel gate. It was opened, and they could have come in. And I just went like that. I says, no use cats, use fucking dogs. And I just slammed the fucking door, and they went away. He again. You know what I mean? So
you think they were pissing on it or something?
No, that's what it was. No, it
actually was.
No, they were pissing on it.
Okay.
No, they definitely, without a thing no doubt, pushing. But it took me 3 days to say, right, because I'm gritting my teeth. I'm still in this promise because I've just lamped one of them.
Yeah.
So anyway, the 5 weeks passed, and I pled guilty to the gun charge, and I get took to Edinburgh High Court, and I'm sitting in the dug boxes, and the door opened, and I went to myself, fuck, I've won a millionaire. I've won £1 million here. What happened, Shaun, is see the guy opened the door, see the pub I had. This guy, he was a plumber, and we kept his mum and dad after hours and kept him, he didn't work at the time. And he says to, about 2 years before this, and his mum and dad says to me, listen, I forget his name, Tam or something, says he's joining the prison service. So I was keeping around after hours, and there was a couple of my friends, and they were saying, look, you'll become an animal, you need to join in and battle the prisoners. And they went, no, no, do that. I'll take wee bits of hash and I'll do this, I'll do that. But I knew, I says, look, I'm not going to slag you. He opened my door to take me to Edinburgh High Court, and I says, I'm going to tell him to get my cuff off, and when we get to Edinburgh High Court, I'm going to just jump out of this van. But I get into the van, and within 5 minutes, I couldn't even ask him that. And the only thing I got after him was a polo mint. He went, oh, this job's been great for me. He says, I stay out in Cumbernauld now, the chewing gum gang I mentioned earlier. I've been to Canada, I've got a girlfriend. Don't know how he managed that, but he did anyway. But and I just couldn't ask him. I went, fuck, all I'm getting is this polo mint. So I couldn't say, going to take his cups to escape. So anyway, I get 2.5 years, get put back to Barlinnie, and they put me on the main hall. And after 2 days, I get shouted down by one of the governors, and he says, I heard you're going to attack one of my men. I still had it, but Sheila was still coming at me. I says, look, I'm not going to do nothing, but they were noising me up, and I wasn't so glad to go to there. I was in there for June to August, and they took me down to Devon and Cornwall for an ID parade at Plymouth, and the copper that I jumped out the window, he picked me out. So they put me into a place called Dartmoor for 3 days, and it was one of the grimmest prisons. It was all fog and all that, something like Count Dracula for them. And so they took me back up to Scotland, and a few weeks after that, the police came out again. They says, Ian, would you consent to come down to England? And I went, yes. I was dying to go to the place, right? But getting back to the story, and I'm jumping back forward, when I got my 2.5 years and I got took out the Wendy house, I get shouted in 2 days later with this governor who was a pure bastard. So he was a pure bastard, and he was sitting with another officer, and they went, I heard you were going to attack one of my men.
Is this the slasher? They call him the slasher?
No, it wasn't the slasher Gallagher.
It's a different governor.
No, I've got a story to tell about him. He'd assaulted me in the 80s. This was another one, a principal officer, and he says, I'm going to, and I says, no. He says, well, I'll tell you why. He says, see if you touch any of my officers, he says, I'll have every bone in your body broken, and thing me, you get took to the hospital and all that. And I went, no bother, I'm not my landing. But I was biting my teeth not to do that because of this promise. So if I can just get back, I know where I'm at just now, and I've already been down to Plymouth, the thing with. For September, I'm ready to move down to England. But if I can just get back to the 80s, Shaun.
Yeah.
A couple of stories in Barlinnie. I've had a couple of beatings. And there was dining halls in Barlinnie, and this is going back 1984. And there was dining halls. Now you just get your food down at the hot tray and you go back to your cell and eat it.
What was the food?
Food was crap.
Was it?
It was crap. Used to call it the Barlinnie stew curry.
A stew curry?
Aye, a stew curry. Then it was lucky if the cats in Barlinnie would have ate it. But I'm thinking we programmed to eat anything because I'd been in a proof school and that before it. But no, the food was disgusting. So this was what this riot was about. We were in the dining halls, and it was a Saturday, as I already explained. You get banged up at 5, the whole prison. And when about 4 o'clock, we just whispers went round, right, we're refusing this food, we want a replacement. So they says, you're getting fuck all replacement. So the people at my table, there was a guy down for Peterhead visiting, and Peterhead, that was a top security nick away up Aberdeenshire, and he was coming doing visits for his family. He was sitting at a table, there was another couple of guys, And he says, right, we're joining in. Fucking, if it's going to go off, we're getting in. But this guy's doing live for 10 years. I was doing 12 years at this time. And so they happened to come out to my table, and they says to the guy, Peter Heads, and his other boy, Ted Cuddy, and they grabbed Ted, and they went, right, move. And he says, no, and we says, don't move. And they tried to grab him. I just jumped up with a teapot and smashed one of him the fucking head with it. And my other pal jumped up and hit him with a chair. But the whole dining hall got up, and I went, yes, there's going to be a good big riot here. I was only 24, 25 at the time. And but everybody just started running up and down, and all the other officers came in, and they were going, MacDonald, and the other guy. So I get into the hall, and these officers went like, look, Ian, just stand here. I says, no, I'm going up to my cell. So they looked in the whole prison, Shaun, at 5 o'clock. And there must have been about 50 prison officers, at least. They've congregated, and I could hear them. But I was banged up with a guy. He was only doing 3 months, and the guy was shitting his cells, going, "Oh fuck, you're going to get some doing, and I think they'll batter me." I went, "No." So what they've done is they've opened the door and they've shouted him out and put him in another cell. And I was standing there, and I had one of my wee razor blades, which I told you I'd succeeded. So I was standing, and I was standing at there was a bed at the window, and I was standing in the bed, and I could hear them all outside congregating. I went, fuck, I says, I'm going to slash it. And I went, so the door opened, and it was this slasher Gallagher, right, that everybody feared, and he looked a menacing figure. He had this trilby hat on, and this long coat, and he just went, get him. And I just dropped the toothbrush and the blade. I says, it's not worth it.
Yeah.
So they were ordered, it was like a gauntlet. I was in the third landing, and it was like a gauntlet of prison officers, see a black all the way down the stairs. And this is 80s, the window house is not there at the time. And I'm going through this tunnel, going through E-Hall, and every one of them were ordered not to use their buttons, but give me a kick and a punch. I was lucky I never had any broken bones. But the next morning I woke up like the Elephant Man, and I got charged. They charged me with 2 assaults, and the prison doctor, as per usual at the time, says, oh, I must have fell down the stairs, the usual back then, right?
Slipped in
so
the shower.
No bother. But what I've got to tell you, Shaun, is, I know I'm laughing, I shouldn't be laughing. See, the other guy that they were getting, there was 2 days. I spoke to him many months later, and he went, he says, I could see them through my peephole, and they went to get you first. He says, and I could hear you screaming because they were punching my fucking balls and face and everything. He says, I wish I had been took first. He ended up with a couple of broke ribs and that. So, and I had a visit with my mother about 2 or 3 days later, and I was some state, and I've rang the bell. They kept me away from all the other prisoners and all that, and I've rang the bell, and I says, what about this visit? They went, what visit? But I found out weeks later, my mum turned up at the gate for the visit, and they says, Ian doesn't want the visit. They just didn't want to see like that. And
no witnesses.
Any witnesses. So that's the worst doing I've ever had in prison. That one with Slasher Gallagher. Slasher Gallagher actually slashed a prisoner up in Peterhead.
So we got the name.
And you know what he done?
No,
the guy Slasher Gallagher, and instead of getting the police to him, Slasher Gallagher actually just says, right, hold him down, and he slashed him back. But he promised the guy's dead now, I think his name is Bobby Brody. He promised the guy about a week later, he went, listen, keep your trap shut and I'll get you into the special unit where Jimmy Boyle and that was. So this is how this governor was called this. But he was a tough governor, and everybody feared him, cons and prison officers.